Hi, I'm Mr. Stick, and as you can see, I'm a stick. Are we gonna have a problem with me being a stick? No? Good. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned a good use for NFTs, but I also mentioned that I have a lot of complaining to do about them. In case you didn't get it, this is my shameless plug for one of my previous videos on music.
Click the banner now!
But Stick, what makes you qualified to talk about NFTs and crypto?
Well, my dear Rolly, I am one of the most qualified people on the planet to talk about this.
Wow, cousin, that's cool. So what did you do to get your certification?
Oh, ho, Rolly. I did all. This ain't regulated, so I'm just as qualified as any other idiot on the internet to talk about this. I do have a technical background. I'm a verification engineer. I work on the computer all day.
Boobies.
So I will have an easier time spotting marketing bullshit. First off, let's start with what NFTs are. NFT stands for non-fungible token.
Come again?
Okay, fungibility means how interchangeable things are. If I give you $1 and in return you give me another $1, we'll both be happy. Unless you give me a counterfeit dollar, in which case I will probably still be happy up to the point where I'm arrested for using counterfeit bill. Yay, laws. Currency is a form of fungible tokens. NFTs are different since each one is unique.
Oh, I know. Look, I did a thing. These are 2 tokens. But if you give me the cool ride, which is NFT 1, I wouldn't be happy giving you the awesome plane in return, which is NFT 2.
Surprisingly, that's right. Now that we've got the fungible part out of the way, is it me or did the last sentence sound a bit dirty? I don't know if I should be getting aroused or not. Anyway, NFTs live on the blockchain. I don't think I need to explain what the blockchain is, since everyone and their grandma knows about crypto coins at this point. But if I get one comment on this video asking for a rant on crypto coins, I will be more than happy to do it. NFTs can have only one owner at a time, which is recorded in the blockchain. So this would give a good way of proving digital ownership. So that's NFTs in a nutshell. Sounds good on the surface, but here's why NFTs really ruffle my leaves.
You don't have leaves anymore, Stick.
Fine, I'm going bald. Keep rubbing it in, asshole. The most popular NFTs are the ones of digital art. Most people think that they are buying a picture and that they have some sort of rights on that digital item on the internet.
Wrong.
NFTs are nothing more than a link to a picture, which is tied to a crypto wallet on the blockchain. Nothing about this gives you any rights to the picture, JPEG, art, or whatever you think you're buying.
Wait, so people don't even get a copy of what they're buying?
Yep, they get nothing. Why are you on the other side?
Better now.
Yep. So, have you ever heard of link rot?
I think I had that in my root once.
Ew. No, it's when a picture or something that is hosted somewhere gets moved somewhere else. This makes your old link obsolete. Since your very expensive NFT is just a link to something, it could happen that sometime in the future your precious little digital social status symbol will be just a worthless string of letters. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Oh, screensaver! Are you familiar with the concept of a rug pull?
Yeah, it's this, right?
Show some respect!
Huh. That's literally right. But with crypto and NFTs, a rug pull is when a coin or NFT is hyped to the moon, only to have the developers and early backers sell everything off right at the top. Then without any support and hype, said coin or token quickly falls to zero, leaving ordinary people who thought they were changing their lives holding the bag. Since NFTs are links, which cannot be altered, you can't do anything about that, right?
Wrong.
Well, some NFT scammers actually changed the image hosted at the specified links to pictures of rugs, instead of whatever bored, pixelated or angry primate or feline picture it was before. I have to admit, it's poetic. Douchey, but poetic. Now, would you hazard a guess as to the consequences that these scammers face?
Oh, prison!
Prison sex?
Nope. They move on to the next scam. Rinse and repeat. Crypto anonymity really helps out here.
So no prison sex for them?
Unfortunately, no. Okay, now let's go over some marketing BS.
Are you going to look at the Ethereum.org comparison?
Yes, Barry, it's serious time now.
Okay, I'll just take a nap then.
Seriously, why does he keep going on the wrong side? So, NFTs are digitally unique. No two NFTs are the same. Oh, this really gets my knickers in a twist. NFTs are as unique as the underlying digital asset they are based on. Actually, less so. Are these two pictures not different? Dare I say, non-fungible? Now, what if we made an NFT for them? Great, they're unique too. But what if we mint 100 NFTs for each picture? Now we have 100 NFTs that point to the same picture.
So which one is more unique? The picture or the NFT?
It really all boils down to artificial scarcity. Just like with other collectibles, people put more value on the first minted whatever, even if the underlying value of the item, token, whatever is the same. I mean, would you pay more money for the first chocolate bar from a batch? No.
Heh, I wouldn't want the first one either. When I do my home brewing, I always throw away the first glass because it can make you go blind.
And this is why you should stay in school. Every NFT must have an owner, and this is of public record and easy for anyone to verify, as opposed to ownership records of digital items are stored on servers controlled by institutions. You must take their word for it. Okay, I think we got something here. So your ownership is connected to your wallet, which you connect to by logging onto servers controlled by institutions, and you must take their word for it. Well, moving on. NFTs are compatible with anything built using Ethereum. An NFT ticket for an event can be traded on every Ethereum marketplace for an entirely different NFT. You could trade a piece of art for a ticket. Ooh. Companies with digital items must build their own infrastructure. For example, an app that issues digital tickets for an event would have to build their own ticket exchange. Okay, so these people never heard of PayPal or ticket scalping? Really? I'm sure ticket scalpers would benefit from the blockchain. And I'm sure this is what eBay was waiting for until now. I mean, it's impossible to trade anything right now with the way this whole internet thing is set up. So content creators can sell their work anywhere and can access a global market, as opposed to creators who rely on the infrastructure and distribution of the platforms they use. These are often subject to terms of use and geographical restrictions. Again, PayPal? Oh, and don't confuse this marketing BS with music distribution. That's a different issue which I'll get to in a bit. Creators can retain ownership rights over their own work and claim resale royalties directly, as opposed to platforms such as music streaming services retain the majority of profits from sales. Now, this is a multifaceted approach which needs breaking down because it uses a bunch of things to trick you into agreeing with them. So here goes. Have you ever bought a console? I know you have because the damn thing is always out of stock or is being resold at much higher prices. Now that blockchain technology allows us to exchange anything, of course. So how would it seem to you if you decided to sell it in order to buy the brand spanking new shiny PlayStation 6, but you had to pay Sony a cut of the sale? I'll get back to royalties later. Regarding the platforms keeping most of the revenue, there are legitimate reasons for this. For starters, these streaming services are not a charity. They have to make money too. It costs money to make services that run seamlessly 24/7. And the thing that most people don't get about music is that most artists don't really own their songs. Producers compose the music itself in the record label studios, and artists don't even write their own lyrics sometimes. You can think of most artists today as simple employees, so it does make sense that they are the last people to get their share of the money. It's like working at Google and expecting a cut from the advertising revenue. This isn't limited to music either. In any tech role, contracts state that if you receive any patent for your work, the company itself retains the intellectual property. I think this deserves its own video. Thing is, it costs a lot of money to create music and promote artists. And most artists don't do any of the creative work. That's why independent artists with a small following can make more money than big name celebrities working for a record label. But think of it this way, the reward is proportional proportional to the work done. Now, where a small independent artist can make more money from the music itself, there are more monetary opportunities for big celebrities from being famous. There's a lot of money to be made from being an influencer. I told you this part is misleading. Items can be used in surprising ways. For example, you can use digital artwork as collateral in a decentralized loan. That's just crap, wishy-washy talk. You see, NFTs are fundamentally evil because they use blockchain technology. Since most NFTs are minted on the Ethereum blockchain, which currently uses proof of work as opposed to proof of stake, they will suck more electricity than your mama. Ha! If you wanted to dislike this video now, then the joke's on you, because I ask you to dislike it anyway. The counter argument here is that NFTs are like an extra cabin bag on a flight. That's true, but it doesn't make proof of work any less power hungry. Let's get back to music royalties. It does sound nice on the surface to be able to receive a percentage of the resale value. But it's wrong! Think of the PlayStation example. Or simply imagine that you want to be paid retroactively for the work you did 10 years ago, just because you're worth more today. Also, as I mentioned before, many music artists don't own their music, so they're not the ones who should be receiving the main share of the royalties in the first place. How would you feel if someone else made a lot of money from your work? I mentioned that the best way to support your favorite artists is buying an NFT from them. This is true, but I didn't go into the details that I laid out here. Yes, you would be sending them the most money, but know that one extra penguin will probably die because of this ridiculous power consumption involved with NFTs. And are they really the ones who should be receiving that money?
Aren't there better ways to support artists?
Why, yes. Yes, there are. Patreon, OnlyFans, PayPal donations. These all kill less penguins and accomplish the same thing. And this brings me to the main issue with NFTs. They don't solve anything. They are a gimmick which doesn't solve any problems. Crypto solves a problem. Crypto has a well-defined use case. NFTs do everything that was done before, but worse. Really, they are nothing more than social media flexing. You're only saying, look at how much I'm willing to spend, which makes me entitled to say I own that digital art, when in reality, you only own a bunch of numbers and letters in the blockchain that may or may not point to said digital art in the future. Worst part about NFTs is that it's a get-rich scheme.
What's wrong with getting rich, Stick?
Well, it's a get-rich scheme only for influencers. There is a lot of money to be made with NFTs with minimal effort. Hype is through the moon on NFTs, so everyone wants in on the action. But seriously, ask yourself, if even your parents know about NFTs by this point, where do you think you're buying in the lifetime of an NFT? Do you think you're here at the beginning or at the top, just before the dump? Here's how all pump and dumps work. Influencers get some tokens in the pre-sale period. Then they hype the shit out of them, wait for the value to peak, start selling, and then the support for those tokens goes to zero. With hype gone, so will the value. In the words of the famous poet,
you know, every month I make millions.
what? He's a money poet. Okay, I'll let myself out. So, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs down. No one but me will know. Maybe Barry will know too, if he starts caring again.
I still don't care.
Penguins.